Good morning, Antioch. Whether you're joining us in person or online, we're so glad you're here. As always, we've got lots of great things ahead, events to join in on, as well as opportunities to serve. Pastor Carl will be teaching a new class focused on Christian leadership, lessons, and principles. You are officially invited to join this Wednesday night Zoom class with us. Just contact Jan, J. Howard at abchurch.org so she can add you to the list. We are so excited to be launching our life groups on July 10th. You'll find the registration link on the homepage of our website and mobile app to get connected. There are currently 10 groups with more coming in the fall. Speaking of July 10th, if you missed the announcement a couple weeks ago, we'll be switching to one Sunday service starting that day at 10 a.m. Ladies, mark your calendar for the next Deborah Song on Saturday morning, June 25th at the church office, where Wendy Costello will be sharing about the Holy Spirit. Are you wanting to be baptized this summer? We've got 2 dates to choose from next week, June 26th and July 31st. You'll want to reach out to Jan, J. Howard at abchurch.org so we can get you on the schedule. In honor of Juneteenth, we wanted to share the following video created by Battle Creek Church in Tulsa, Oklahoma, used with their permission.
Some of you all might not realize this, but America actually has 2 Independence Days.
July 4th, 1776, when America declared their independence from Great Britain, and Juneteenth,
which commemorates the day when a Union general came into Texas and gave an order that ended slavery.
Now, you might think that the Emancipation Proclamation actually ended slavery. Well, it did and it didn't.
Though it was issued by President Lincoln on January 1st, 1863, the news never reached Texas. Historians have many theories as to why, ranging from slaveholders withholding the information from slaves, to the murder of the messengers carrying the information, to the lack of Union troops in Texas to enforce the executive order.
In any case, on June 19, 1865, Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, and read General Order No. 3, which stated, "The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves an absolute equality of rights and rights of property between former masters and slaves, and the connection therefore existing between them becomes that between employer and free laborer."
Hearing this news, many slaves left right away, while some traveled up north, and still others left in an attempt to reunite their families. To celebrate their newfound freedom, they created a holiday called June the 19th, which eventually became shortened to Juneteenth. The early Juneteenth celebrations were a time for encouraging one another, praying for each other, and the gathering of the remaining family members.
The early Juneteenth celebrations were a time for encouraging one another, praying for each other, and the gathering of remaining family members. Attire was an important custom. Black people dressed their best to symbolically denounce old laws prohibiting and limiting the dressing of the enslaved.
The early Juneteenth celebrations featured many activities to entertain the masses, some of which are still done to this day, like rodeos, fishing, barbecue, and baseball, just to name a few. Juneteenth celebrations focused on education and self-improvement. Keynote speakers were brought in, and elders were often asked to recount the events of the past. Prayer services also played an integral part of these celebrations. There was little interest outside the African American community in participation in these celebrations. Some went as far as banning the use of public property for these celebrations.
Oftentimes, the church stepped in to provide, offering their venues and grounds to host these celebrations. Today, Juneteenth is widely commemorated across the nation. It is a public holiday in 46 states and 1 federal district. Institutions like the Smithsonian and the Henry Ford Museum have been sponsoring Juneteenth-centered activities.
Juneteenth today celebrates African American freedom and achievement with a focus on continuous self-development and respect for all cultures.
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 And on that note, Antioch, have a great week.